not to take you off what's going to take place next week, but Fernando, I'm going to ask you point frank. If you guys sign on the dotted line, I know he's heavier than you, maybe a catch weight or what happened, or what have you. What happens in that fight if it takes place?
I don't. It doesn't matter. I really truly believe in my skills. It doesn't matter really what weight. I just feel I'm a better fighter than him. Respectfully, and I know he thinks the same, but if we fight at 160, 154, 157, I feel my hand will be raised, and I feel by knockout. So look, if you don't believe in yourself, you got to play another sport because you get criticized for having confidence. You get criticized for being too humble. It's just you got to go ahead and be you. And a lot of fight fans either like that I speak my mind and I'm able to voice it, and some people don't like it, but I'm not really worried about that.
Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We could call this Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You heard from the champ himself, knocking out the competition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And like our guest today, we're simply knocking out the competition. Fernando Vargas Jr. is going to put his undefeated record on the line December 14th in Long Beach, California. For you, the fans, the followers, and the supporters, he's going to put everything on the line, leave everything in the ring to bring everybody a great atmosphere, entertainment, and most of all, he's chasing that belt. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest, the one and only Fernando Vargas Jr. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice, bro.
What's up, my boy? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Hey, my pleasure, man. It looks like you're in a hot tub or a spa or relaxing a little bit, or what's really going on?
Nah, definitely not relaxing. I just got done actually putting in 6 miles. Got done my training. I had sparring today. Just getting this last little bit of weight off. So, ready to go next week, and can't wait to put on a show for you guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good outing. I mean, you're 15-0, 14 knockouts, and you're going for your 16th victory. Rumor has it that you're going to be taking on Jesus Gonzalez. I mean, you tell us what's going on. He's 7-2-1, 2 knockouts, but has a ring generalship and a great boxing IQ.
No, yeah, I saw a little bit of his tape. I looked him up. I think we have this one other person who's 9-0, but he might be there just in case this guy doesn't make weight. So, but yeah, this guy's game. I mean, I can't overlook him. I know everybody's gunning for us because we got the last name, we got the pedigree, we got all of us undefeated. So I'm sure he wants to be the first one to try to upset, what we got going on. But just it's not gonna work. I just believe in my skills, believe in the pedigree that I come from, and my work ethic, and he comes forward. He comes forward a lot of good pressure, good smart pressure. I saw a little bit of his fights, but it's gonna be a little more than pressure to get me out of there. So I'm excited.
Fernando, a lot of reporters and media, they would ask you early in your career, about how much pressure you had on you, having your father's name, with your own legacy, of course. I'm going to ask you that same question today. How much pressure is on you? Is it the same pressure that you had, from, early in your career, or has it settled already, or is that
Um,
pressure still on you constantly?
Look, it's always gonna be on me. Like I said, I carry my dad's first and last name. Um, you look at every Sons of Legend. It's always he's never gonna be as good as his dad. And then you got another category. You got the brothers, so he's not as good as his brothers. You know, Emmy's on top rank. Amalo has his fight here with Sean, and by the way, Amalo's gonna do the same thing what he did to Sean at the end of this month on the 30th in Tokyo. But you're never gonna stop hearing fans say something. Only thing I can do is just put my head down and work. Granted, we started a little later, so what happened in my dad's career is not gonna happen in our career. The rush part, and whether fans like it or not, they judge somebody for going all in, and then they judge somebody for having a strategic plan. Um, but I've been in there with so many world champions, countless world champions. 2025 is my year, though. I really been talking with my team, my managers, and my team in itself, and we want to start gunning for, you know, even my homie Nico Ali Walsh is my guy, but it's business when we get in there. I would love to get in there with him. Shane Mosley Jr. love to mix it up with him. Antonio Tarver Jr. Even Ugas. These are just names that I would love to get a a seasoned fighter that has experience under his belt, and to get my name respected in the boxing world. So, only thing I can do is take it one fight at a time. I have a task in front of me, December 14th next week, and from there, we could explore other options.
You brought up your brothers, which we'll talk about later on in the show. But I will ask this, and then I'll fade away because I do want to ask you something about one of the fighters you mentioned. Is it a different type of pressure for your brother? Do you hold the most pressure than Amato or Emiliano? Do you think I know they feel pressure, but is there a different type of pressure they're feeling than their older brother?
I think a little different. I think everybody respectively carries their own weight. I think my brother, because Emiliano, the youngest, got prospect of the year and is on top rank. I feel there's a lot more eyeballs on him, so there's a different pressure for him, different pressure for me because I carry the first and last name. Whether I'm sparring or doing an exhibition, whatever the case may be, I know eyes are on me, and I know boxing channels, whether it's through a link or whether it's on the zone, I know people are going to tune in. So, only thing I can do is just get better. This camp I was in there with Carlos Adames, dude hits like a truck. So I know anything that I'm going to be seeing, they're not going to be hit. They're not going to be anywhere near cracking me as much as him. I know I stay at 154, but I'm going to be finding this fight at 160. So took a little time off. So just want to don't want to deplete myself too much, and looking forward to putting on, like I said, a great show.
Earlier you mentioned Ugas, you mentioned Tarver Jr., you mentioned Shane Mosley Jr., and you mentioned Nico Ali, which means you had a conversation about him possibly being a great matchup. We had a great conversation. I'd say about what was it, a couple months back. I'm leaning towards that, honestly, and that's why I threw his name out there. Not to take you off what's going to take place next week, but Fernando, I'm going to ask you a point, Frank. If you guys sign on the dotted line, I know he's heavier than you, maybe a catch weight or what happened, or what have you. What happens in that fight if it takes place?
I don't. It doesn't matter. I really truly believe in my skills. It doesn't matter really what weight. I just feel I'm a better fighter than him, respectfully. And I know he thinks the same, but if we fight at 160, 154, 157, I feel my hand will be raised, and I feel by knockout. So, look, if you don't believe in yourself, you got to play another sport because you get criticized for having confidence. You get criticized for being too humble. It's just you got to go ahead and be you. And a lot of fight fans either like that I speak my mind and I'm able to voice it, and some people don't like it, but I'm not really worried about that. So I would love to get in there 2025 with Nico Ali Walsh. That'll be a great fight for legacy. That'll be a great fight for our families, and we would love to put on for our family's last name. I know it would be something that we would want to do. I've already messaged him about it too, so I've DM'd him before, and he's down. He's game. So we would love to put something up for you guys.
I'm looking forward to that fight. I can see that fight taking place. That's one of the reasons why I brought that matchup to you. And when I talked to you about it, you didn't shy away from it. You embraced it and you welcomed it, and you gave it, you entertained it. And I love the confidence, and I love the answer that I received when I asked you that question.
Yeah.
Now listen, let's talk about December 14th, man. Santa Fe Avenue. It's 2043-4 Santa Fe Avenue. Live on Marv Nation TV, Long Beach, California. This card is stacked. Talk about them being a stacked card in Dubai or what have you, brother. We got stacked cards here in Long Beach, California. Marv Nation, the only nation that matters, bringing you the professional boxing at its finest, along with Barboza Promotions, man.
Yeah.
This is a great card. How does it make you feel to be a part of this spectacular card?
Absolutely. Marv Nation is, a promotional company that, believed in me from day one. So I believe in Marv Nation. And, Barbosa Promotions, my guy Arnold Barbosa, shout out to him. My guy went and did his thing out there. I didn't even think that there was Mexicans allowed over there in Saudi, but I guess we're out there. So, he did his thing out there, and he looked good doing it against a very very seasoned Jose Ramirez. That wasn't no easy picking. So, and I was messaging him in and out of camp. He was in Big Bear, secluded, and what you have to do. You got to welcome the sacrifice. So he's a great champion, and I know he's gunning for another friend of mine, Teofimo. But it's like that when you're in the fight game. Your homies got to fight each other. You just stay out of it. If your homies fight, hey, may the best man win, man. Because that's just what it is. But if you're in my weight class, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's how you got to think. So um,
Hey,
it's
that's
a
our fair
stacked
opinions
card. We
right there,
got
bro.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Magasayo or the Filipino strong Filipino fighter. We have Marv's son. I know he's up and coming, so I know he wants to make a statement.
Yeah,
So the, the,
Nathan
the the card
Rodriguez,
is
yes,
stacked
sir.
with a whole bunch of talent, with a whole bunch of young talent ready to come out and show out. So don't miss it, Long Beach.
Yeah, I'm hearing Robert Garcia is going to be there with some of the fighters from his stable, Israel, and you never know who's going to be in the crowd watching and supporting and entertaining.
Right.
Back at Arnold Barboza, Arnold Barboza did his thing, man. I mean, he went out there. We had him on the Fighter's Voice. And prior to that, we had his father as a trainer on the Fighter's Voice, man. And, we had a conversation with Arnold leading up to it and even before he got that opportunity. And now I'm hearing, Jack Catterall's people threw an offer at Arnold. But, before the Arnold puts a signature, man, there has to be some kind of interim bout. There has to be some kind of strap there. I'm thinking Teofimo may move up. Why not vacate and let Arnold and Catterall fight for a vacated belt?
That'll be a
And
hell of a
who knows
fight.
what's going to happen?
Boxing fans win.
Yeah,
That'll be a great
absolutely.
fight. That'll be a great fight for both teams. I just think at the end of the day, styles make fights, and that'll be a great matchup, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. We talked a little bit about the fighter you're going to be ready and prepared to do battle with, a fighter that comes forward. I think any fighter that comes forward, there's a lot that you have because you can go on the back foot. You got boxing ability, or
Yeah.
you'll sit there and bang and make them eat body shots. I mean, there's a lot that you have. Your father came forward, but what I see about you is you come forward when the opportunity's there, but you also get on that back foot, and you're also your boxing ability is something
Yes.
that gets overlooked. That's just
Thank,
me from what I see.
no, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking to showcase that. It's a 10-round fight. So, I know he's going to come blazing for the first four. Just got to have a nice tight guard, throw feints, stay behind my stick. Without saying too much of the game plan, when someone goes forward, you got to create angles, you got to step around them, and you have to shoot back. Because if you're just boxing, they're not going to respect. They're just going to keep coming forward. So you got to give them something to respect. You got to stay off the ropes and stay in the middle of the ring. So, I know he's game. I know he's from Riverside. I know he has a great opportunity. And like I said, anyone that has an opportunity is hungry. So I know he's seeing what we got going on, and I know he's looking to disrupt that. So we're coming ready. So had a great camp. Listen to everything that my dad said. Sparring big guys, sparring small guys, sparring fast guys, sparring pressure fighters. We're ready to go. So the work here is done. Now it's just I got one more sparring left Saturday. That's it. Just cut this little bit of weight and fight nice Saturday of next week.
Talk to us about the new gym. We never really got an opportunity to talk about the new gym. It looks slick, looks neat, and it looks old school at the same time.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, we opened up a boxing gym. We had the boxing gym on Cheyenne Civic Center in Northtown. It's kind of like the hood, Las Vegas. People would come in Vegas and be like, "Hey, Federos, where's the gym? Where's the gym?" They'd come. It was a little like in the cut. It's like Pirate
Yeah,
Blood across the street. The hood had our back. That mural, my dad never got spray painted or nothing. Treat everyone with respect. So, you
yeah.
know, uh, North Las Vegas had our back. But we moved to 3900 North Rancho Drive, right across the street from Crystal Palace skating arena in Las Vegas. And we're open from 10 to 2. That's usually when I train. That's usually just, for the pros and my brothers. And then we got co-ed programs, we got kids programs, and that's ultimately what we plan on doing. We're not just doing this just for ourselves. My dad's always been a champion who's given back as far as
Yeah.
Christmases. I mean, you saw Emiliano give back turkeys, and that's what it's all about, man. There's other people in a different situation than yourself, and we got to be fortunate. We got to be grateful that I have my family. I got to be grateful that like your son. I know the moments that you had with him, you cherish him, you remember him vividly, and it's just like that story always touches my heart, bro, because my family's big on family. So
Yeah.
when we could do stuff like turkey drives and open a gym for the community. We understand not everybody's going to be a world champion, but if we could give them an outlet to channel the frustration somewhere else, why not? So, and that's a beautiful thing. So that's just something that we believed in.
Well, that's good, and that comes from the top, and the thing about it is how you do it sincerely. It's not a chore to you. You guys embrace it and you do it wholeheartedly, and that's a big difference. A lot of people do it for the cameras in the media and say, "This is what I'm doing,"
Right.
and you guys do it with cameras on there or no cameras. You treat everybody the same. And just like your dad, he'll stop whenever somebody mentions his name, and he may not get them all, but he'll get 99.9% of them.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Exactly. Well, what I do want to see is I definitely, of course, want to see you in 2 weeks. Your younger brother's doing outstanding. He's in good hands in where he's going.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see.
Handsome lad. Emmy's
Oh,
handsome. I call him Mr. Colgate. My goodness, he's
there you
looking like
go.
Oscar with the American and Mexican flag. I'm like, Emmy, stop being so handsome, man. Save some for the rest of us. He starts laughing. But I love my
Exactly.
family's dynamic. This is what we're all about. You see Emiliano go up there to bat, we're right there behind him. We're an army. Let's go. You see other people try to imitate what we got going on. It's not the same. People don't know. You know, people may not know who you guys are. With us it's just we're brothers rocking with each other, and we all got talent. So, Amado fighting in Tokyo, Japan. I'm gonna be eating some sushi, bro. I'm gonna be a Mexican over there saying arigato in Japan. That is gonna be unbelievable, bro.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm thinking if it's not broken, why fix it? That game plan he had, that body attack. Not only that, he gave the fans exactly what they wanted: entertainment, a
Come on.
tribute to Michael Jackson, took care of
Yeah.
business, and
I
all
told
in
my brother
one.
though.
You talk about
Let me.
you talk about the whole show.
Yeah.
He stole the show.
He stole the show. Honestly, he did. That Michael Jackson went viral. And then, just different things we're working in camp as well, just shortening his shots a little bit. There's always things that you can improve on. And, you know, we all got a different perspective of what we do good and then what things we should have done better. Even though he did a great performance, I just want shorter shots. Little shorter shots, because you go get caught when you loop a lot of shots. So,
Yeah.
but that's just me being a brother. That's just me being a brother. And Emiliano's doing his thing. He's gonna be at the Oscar Valdez fight. He didn't fight. He was actually supposed to fight this weekend. It's my dad's birthday on the 7th, so he's gonna fight on my dad's birthday. Following week, I was gonna fight. We did that when Emiliano fought in Miami, and the week before, I believe I was fighting, or a couple days before, or the week before, I was fighting in El Paso. It was crazy, bro. So there's only one of my dad, and it should be getting hectic sometimes, bro. Like people don't realize, like we need at least like a 2 week gap, 2 3 week gap. But sometimes we don't have that luxury. So it's just like we gotta rock with it. Fuck it.
I will say, your dad has a interesting schedule. It kind of reminds me of Robert Garcia's schedule. I mean,
Yeah, for
constantly
real.
working, and, catching a flight, getting off a flight, catching
Yep.
another flight,
Yeah.
in one corner. Now it's putting on another hat. And, your father's wearing many hats. Father, there's no such thing as a former champion. Lee Samuels, Hall of Famer, said, Richard, once a champion, always a champion.
Always a champion.
He's the true general of that family. So talk about management and talk about pressure. He's the one who still feels that pressure every time he walks in there with you. He may not mention it because that's the type of man he is. So he prepares you guys and gets you ready for battle because he knows when it's all said and done, there's no stone that has not been turned, according to your father.
No, definitely. It's crazy because somebody asked my dad today before sparring, "Hey, you ever get nervous when your sons fight?" And he said no, because I know they got it. But come on, man, he's a dad. I know how my dad is. It's still a little bit like, son, touch your fucking temple. When it's fight time, like he's making sure, like he's trying to hit me with some shit, so my shit's up, or like, he's a father who's gonna say
He's nervous,
who's
but
gonna
he's
say he's gonna
excited at
care
the
to make
same
me feel
time.
like he's gonna. You said what?
He's excited at the same time. He knows what he has. He knows what work
Yeah.
you put in. He knows you didn't have step going into that fight. He knows you're exactly where you need to be.
That's it. He's confident, but he knows his boxing. Anything can happen.
Boxing is boxing. All it takes is one.
All it takes is one, bro.
It's a
That's
different
it.
sport, man.
Yeah.
One can change your life. Now,
Absolutely.
listen. And all due respect, I know the Garcia camp is going to make some adjustments leading into that. First and foremost, I know they're going to work on their stamina. I know they're going to work on, a different how to handle themselves with those body shots and how to return those things. So I'm looking for another exciting fight. And styles make fights.
Wait. Garcia, Robert trains him or what?
No. Garcia, Ryan's but Sean.
Oh, got you. I'm so focused on my fight, bro. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, hey, well, that's good. There's where you should be. That's why I'm glad I got you now, because next week I'm not even gonna give you a call.
Bro,
I'll just see you and your eyes are
Hey,
talk.
my guy. I know. And I don't mean to do it. You're my boy. Every time I see you, I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, I'm always showing you love and shit.
Now I appreciate that. I mean, I'm looking forward to your fight being,
Absolutely.
ringside, as
Come on.
much as possible as I can for you guys. And man, I mean, a lot of people could just talk it, but I'm one of those that make every attempt to walk it, even if I walk with a little limp sometimes, because my knees are tired.
Hey,
but
my dad
I
would have
get in
liked that
there.
Cowboys gear. My dad loves a cowboy. Hey, I see you cowboyed out. My dad likes that.
Oh yeah, to the casket drop, yes sir. Yes, sir. Last week when Arnold was on, I wore my New York Knicks stuff. I'm a New York Knicks fan. So I wore my gear. Yeah. So I'll change
That's
it
right.
up, Yes, definitely, man. And one thing, I'm watching you, man, and how do you stay focused when you're shooting GQ magazines? I mean, you're enhancing cologne, and then you're doing your thing on your private time, and then you become Fernando Vargas Jr., the fighter.
It's
How
definitely
do
a
you balance
switch,
this out?
bro. It's definitely a switch. When you're doing other stuff, PR, and your manager has you here, and you're doing Christmas parades, and that's all good and dandy. But you cannot, get soft. You cannot not be staying in the gym, and boxing is such a constant sport. You never know when you have an opportunity. So you got to stay constantly in shape, and that's just something that my dad would always say. A lot of the times when he would have a big fight, of course he would stay ready, but later on in his career, he would only train to lose the weight, or only train, to go through fat camp, and then it's just him, killing himself to make weight, and then he didn't even love boxing at that point. It was a chore, So
Yeah.
just learning off my dad's mistakes, learning off, how I used to cut weight, and just learn how to be a better professional all around. I think you got to learn how to multitask. As you get more on your plate, of course, more people are going to be envious. More people are going to want what you got. Boxers ain't supposed to be on magazines. But fighters ain't supposed to be on different things. But our team, our management believes that we could touch different spectrums, we could touch different industries, and that's just what it's all about. I think you got to learn how to be diverse, and because you're only young once, you're only here for this moment that you're a professional boxer. I mean, think about it. I mean, how long do professionals have a career for? Probably like what, like 36, 37, 30,
It's
and if you
it's a
take
very small
yourself,
window in the sport of
right?
boxing. Very small window.
Yeah, it's a small window. So, and then also, Floyd too. I look up to Floyd a lot, just how he is about his business, and how he doesn't drink, and how he may be in the club, but he doesn't put no toxins in his body, and he's a year-round athlete. That right there is a perfect example why he could still do exhibitions at damn
Yeah.
near 50 years old. You know, Pop's birthday's coming up, December 7th. I'm like, Mato, you're getting old, Mato. He's like, I'll still fuck you up. I'm like, Dad, why does everything gotta be a fight? Ain't no one like him, bro.
No, man. So December 7th. So, I know you guys will be out there doing your thing. So you know what?
Yes.
We're gonna give him an early birthday present. Happy
Yeah, absolutely.
birthday to you.
Come on, Pops. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to Fernando Sr. Happy
Perros.
birthday to Fernando Sr. Happy birthday to you. Only on the Fighter's Voice. We got to show him that love, man, and
Hell
that
yeah, hell
respect.
yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, legends have birthdays too, man.
Yes, they do.
So what What's planned for your dad? A nice steak? What does he like to do on his birthday?
He just likes being with family. My dad's, a lot older now, and just he loves just being with his family. My
Yeah.
dad is a Sag, so he has one of they say that's the realest sign, and he doesn't really mess with a lot of people. Just his intermediate family, really, just my brothers, my mom, and but that's good enough for my dad. We don't need a whole army. We'll probably go get something to eat. I'll probably have, a salad, nice little bomb salad. My dad would probably get a
Yeah.
steak or something. I don't know, whatever he wants, but he loves food. He loves to eat, and he likes shades. He likes cologne. I know you got a cologne game and shade game, so you know he pretty much has all the shades and colognes though. I really just gotta like refill them for him. My dad loves cologne. Every time he sprays it on,
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
he
it's the
makes sure
good
that's
shit,
what it's
bro. It's the
for, man.
Gucci. It's the Creed. Come on, bro. It's all that, and he's
Oh yeah.
still, but that's
Now,
how he
now
is.
listen, who picks out your suits? Do you go pick out your suits? Do you have somebody that picks out your stuff before you shoot? Because either you pick it out, Fernando, or Conor McGregor's in your mix or something, man. Because you guys come suited and booted.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, our tracksuits, a lot of people are going to be able to have the capability of purchasing them because they see our tracksuits, and it's just our style. Honestly, whatever we feel is fly, we just tell our designer, and he just kind of cooks too. So it's both of us. Shout out to my guy Sean. Shirts and hoodies out of Denver. My boy's been rocking with us since day one, since I was fighting in Mexico, bro. So, you
Yes.
gotta be grateful for those people that believe in you since day one. And he does all of our outfits. He does Emmys, he does Amados, and shirts and hoodies. Shout out to you, my boy Sean. Thank you for all the belief, all the support. You know, uh, he a real one. So shout out to him.
What do you like to do on your free time, man? When you're not training, when you're not inside the ring, what do you like to do? What do you like to do just to get away and clear your head?
I like to clear my head with food, my boy. I'm Mexican. Me encanta comer. If it's a what's right now? Oh, it's Christmas. You got Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but we don't want to be like Carmel Morton. Mr. Weight by 15 plus pounds, 17 pounds, bro. We cannot
What's
do
up? I
that.
heard
So
there's two sides to that. What's going on with that?
what's up with that? I really don't know. That 15 is crazy. 15
Yeah.
plus is crazy. I mean, he didn't look too bad, but it's just like at the contracted weight, that is nuts. But
That's
I like to eat. I like to eat, burritos, tacos. I don't discriminate. Some hibachi's good. I like going to the movies. I like staying in the gym. I like playing basketball. Just chilling with my brothers, chilling with my family, honestly. You know,
you love shopping, huh?
Shopping's cool. I do. I do.
Is it like a relief for you? Is it like therapy for you?
Uh, it can be at times. Sometimes I'll just go. No therapy needed. Just want to go
No,
do,
I mean where it
have something to
becomes
do.
therapeutic, where it just clears your mind. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah, no,
you
no, no,
feel a little
definitely,
better
yeah. At
afterwards.
times it can, absolutely, yeah.
Bro, you guys risk a lot. There's the fame, there's the fortune, but a lot of people don't see the work ethic and the sacrifice that you got to put. You just said a little while ago, it's your father's birthday, and you'll probably have a salad because once again, you're not going to miss your dad's birthday, but there's that
Probably some
sacrifice.
chicken.
You
I'll
got a
probably get
fight
some
lined up.
chicken in there. Yeah,
Yeah, there'll be some protein in there.
yeah.
Now, what do you say to the young
No,
fan that? What do you say to the young fan that wants to try the sport of boxing?
yeah. You gotta welcome sacrifice, like you said. It's like, hey, it may be Thanksgiving or maybe Christmas. You can't do the things that everyone else is doing, or if your fight lands a day before, or a week after. Sometimes you got to be cutting weight, and sometimes it's gym home when you're in camp. Can't be going out. Can't be seeing Okay. Have you seen your girl like that? You can't be comfortable. So um I'd say just give it your all. If you're gonna do boxing, you're gonna get tested. And It's going to test your will, but stay at it because, you know, it's a
Sorry.
testament to your character. And if you do want to be world champion, you got to give it all you got. You know, blinders, keep your head down and just work.
You know what? I got to change this up, but I got to give some respect and our condolences is the boxing world. We lost Israel Vasquez, man, and you know he lost that battle with cancer, man. But you know he kept his hands going, and
Yes.
you know it's sad news. You know, I remember him coming down to Fresno doing some commentating work, and I had the opportunity to meet him, and he should do some commentating work with Fernando Parra, and he was great outside of the ring as he was inside of the ring, man. So you know, I just had to acknowledge that, and also you know, in the boxing world, Candyman, who was a cut man in the boxing world, and Marky is also a cut man. His son, you know, he lost his father. And I don't know what the illness was or what took place.
I didn't know that.
You know, I had to acknowledge that, and
yes,
you know,
my condolences to them.
Boxing, but I love to believe, as I was saying, I don't say it just to say it, that they are truly in a better place. That they're running, they're singing, they're doing whatever God wants them to do because they are in a better place because they are men of faith. So I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but it just when my alarm came on about reminding me of that, I just had to say, you know what, I just got to make sure we touch on that.
Condolences to them. You know, I take my hat off to former world champion, you know, Handyman, his father, all that, man. It's just, as a boxing world, when you hear certain people pass away, it's like, it's unfortunate, you know, because they gave us such great times and times where we remember laughter with our family. And a lot of people end up forgetting world champions once once there's wear and tear in the sport from boxing, and but it's a beautiful thing how the boxing community could embrace each other and uplift that family during these times. So my condolences to their families that they went out to be with the Lord.
Yeah, exactly, and they're much appreciated. They're very missed in not just the sport of boxing, but in everyday life. Because as you know, they have children, they have a wife, they have, and both were young. And Candyman put some years on them, but those were good years. And my condolences to Marky and his family, and our champion.
Yes,
so, yes. Moving forward, Marv Nation, man, this event, I mean, brother, I've been there, and I've said this before, I've said it over and over again. When he put an event together, the event started to look like a salad. He turned that salad into a steak. The committee was there. They're getting ready to shut it down. They only had so many fights there. The fights were falling out, entertainment. I'm going to be honest with you, that was one of the best shows that I've been a part of. Marv... A promoter shows how good of a promoter is when he's tested, when his back's against the wall. Then he'll show you. Then he has an opportunity, and there's where they shine. Carol, the cut woman, she's a friend of mine, and she's trying to get her opportunity, her break. And I tell her, Carol, it's going to happen, unfortunately, when the corner you're working, that fighter gets a headbutt or a bad cut. There's where you get to shine because you get to show the whole world exactly what those two hands can do. So when Marv was his back against the wall about the show, the promoter came out in him and he just slam dunked it, man. Hit it out the ball.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Marv's a great guy. He's also a man of God. And it was just his birthday the other day too. So happy birthday to Marv and the beautiful family and his sons that are making their name in the sport of boxing as well.
Yeah, exactly. And his daughter, she's right there working. Actually, literally laboring on the side of the ring.
Yeah, for real.
Check this out. We were down to Texas. We were down in Texas. And, when you were up there fighting, so it was about maybe 3:00 in the morning. I just checked in. I said, Marv, you need anything? He goes, hey, brother, I do. Bro, we were out there from 4:00 in the morning to about maybe 9:00 in the morning working on that ring. In the baseball field. We were out there.
I didn't know that.
So with him, he taught me, I didn't see it as work, bro. I taught it. I saw it as an opportunity to learn how to put the ring together from scratch.
Wow,
you how to embrace it, how to tighten everything up, put the lights up. There's a lot of work that goes behind it.
Yeah,
it is. So I appreciate that, man.
Thank you for having our promoters
Oh,
back. That's
oh,
that's
oh,
dope that he was able to
absolutely.
call you and count on you. You know what I mean? Like he could have called anybody else.
But see, the thing is, he didn't have anybody do it. He was out there with everybody. I mean, hammering and doing what he needs to do. I mean, he was out there getting dirty in the mud.
That's what it's about.
It truly is that it truly is. That's what it is truly about. Just like your brothers, your father, and your followers, man, and your supporters, and it's like even if I get a sore throat or something, I can't let down the followers or the supporters that are going to come through. And what they don't know is when a fighter has to postpone or a fighter has to do something else, they'll ask me, "How did the interview go? How did it?" So I don't. I just say, "Hey, it'll be out soon." We had to
Right.
reschedule. I don't give them any info or whatever, but that it is they're in tuned, they're enlightened. So I always try to give them my best. And like I tell people, get the camera off me, put it on the brand or put it on the guest. That's what people want to hear,
Right.
and that's what people want to see.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I got to get you a hoodie, man. When I see you out there, bro, I got to get you
Let
a
me
Fighter's Voice
know.
hoodie, bro.
I gotta rock it because I know I had a shirt. It was actually from my boy. Was it Kilo Madera or was it Hector? One of them. But they had an extra shirt, and they were here in Vegas, and I was training, and I rocked the shirt, and I was like, okay, but I know you posted that picture before, but I was real young in there, so we gotta
I
get
know,
another
but
one where
see,
I'm rocking the sweater.
at the Pro Grace fight, Cepeda, I gave you one. Your dad. First of all, I had one for your dad.
Yeah,
He goes, well, what about
I
my
just
boys? I
misplaced
hooked
it,
you guys
bro. I
up, man. So
moved it.
I don't know if your fans or followers are yanking your bags or something, man. Somebody out there is rocking it. You know what I mean?
Nah, we gotta get we gotta get situated. You gotta bring me a sweater. You gotta bring a few sweaters so my pops and my brothers could rock it too.
Yeah, your dad, he was rocking the shirt at Top Rank in the gym. So he,
Okay,
hey, he was rocking it
okay.
proudly. I said, do you
I
need
gotta
an XL
represent.
or what? He goes, nah, bro. He goes, a large, vato. I go, okay. I
Yeah,
gotta make sure. Okay.
yeah. I need a large, vato. You
That's
gotta
that's
give
what
me
he
a
said.
large.
That's what he said, man. That's what he said.
That's right.
Well, listen, man. I kept you up long enough, man. And what can we
Nah, you're
expect
good,
from
brother.
you once that bell rings, man? Once that bell rings, what can we expect?
It's go mode. I'm gonna show you what I'm about. I'm a boxer puncher. Uh, I got power in both my hands. Uh, if he makes a mistake, it might be early. So, let's make sure he doesn't make no mistakes. So I'll give you guys a good fight. But I want to showcase. I know it's a 10 round fight. So I don't know if he's gone 10 rounds or not, but I know he starts off real fast. So if he wants to do that, he can. But we'll be ready for whatever look he wants to come and bring at me. I like to thank everyone that supported me and supports me, yourself, bro, and you know, um, the boxing community that supports my family. It's truly unbelievable that we get a lot of love. The love, the type of love we get, it's unbelievable. Some say, "Oh, it's only because of your dad." Yeah, yeah, whatever you feel. I don't even care. It's like the love that we get for me being me, you having a connection with me, people supporting Amy, people supporting Amado. That's a beautiful thing. So, and like I said before in different interviews, there's a lot more love than there is with the naysay. Obviously, you step out and do anything, people are gonna have an opinion. But
Yeah.
the boxing fans in general, from every race, from all over the world, like we truly appreciate every single one of you guys, and we would not be in this position without your support, without people buying the merch and tuning into the fights and going to the fights. So it's truly humbling, and we appreciate it.
Well, how can we stay in contact with you? How can they follow you?
Follow me at Fernando Vargas _ Junior on all social media.
Any chance Marv Nation Promotions ever coming to Fresno?
You said what?
Any chance Marv Nation Promotions or Fernando Vargas Jr. ever coming to Fresno and putting the
We can
gloves on?
have something. We can have something cooking. You're right. You already going with that. You see how Arnold Barbosa has something going. So hey, my dad had BEP promotions back in the day. So why not? And that was Vargas Entertainment Promotions. So we might do that again. Why not?
Absolutely, man. Hey, man. It is what it is. You call things as if they're not as if they are. That's what the Bible says. The Bible don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Bottom
And,
line.
like what I told your dad the first time that I had a chance to interview him, I said, hey, it beans, rice, and Jesus Christ, brother. And that's the way we keep it. We keep it real. We keep it 100. Your
Yep.
dad's always been honest with me. He returns my
Yes.
text messages when I tell him congratulations, or I tell him whatever the holiday is, and I don't bug him. I know he's busy, but even if he just says back at you or what have you, bro, that means a lot, because I can imagine how many red dots he has on his phone from people just
Not that, yeah, for sure.
and he's a man of his word, and that's all you could ask for. Because unfortunately, Fernando, there's a lot of people, they're not who they say they are. I've sat at the dinner table with people. I've had people buy me steak. I've had people put me in a limousine. I've had people promise the world. And Fernando, they are not who they say they are.
Yep.
When you get that gut feeling, or you just, it just feels different, bro, go with your gut feeling. Go with your feeling. And if they're messing with your enemy, they're not messing with you. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. You can't have dinner with the devil and then want to kick back with Jesus. So
get away from me. That's why we
what
keep
it
our
is.
circle small, bro. That's why we keep our circle small, because we don't need everybody.
Absolutely.
The smaller circle is better. I'm not gonna go against my family. I'm gonna go against my blood, my brothers. And like I said, like, well, we got commended in the ring, of course, but for them to see unity, for them to see a father, a mother, all under one roof, I don't see a lot. I a lot of fighters, a lot of world champions have, multiple kids with different baby mamas, and but all of us are same mom, same dad. We all got the same blood, and we all rock for each other. So it's a beautiful thing to have your brother's support. I got December 14th next Saturday ahead of me, and I can't wait to be there alongside my brother Amado the following 2 weeks. So we're excited for that, and I know Emiliano's going to be fighting in Madison Square Garden, I believe early February of next year. I think he's going to be on that Haney card. It's going to be Haney Teofimo, I believe. Be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, they're working on that. They're working on that. One thing I forgot to ask you, this question came in from my partner Bill Coddington. He said,
Yes.
"Bro, ask him if he's going to do any acting like the way his dad did. You know how your dad had a little cameo and what have you. Is that out of your picture, or is it something you would entertain? Is it something that interests you?"
No, we're already doing stuff. I already got the opportunity of being on some on Netflix, so there'll be some on the future. And I don't know if I could do it like my pops, all gangster, because my pops, he's crazy. But I'd love to go behind, a different industry, and go behind the scenes of a whole different world, right? And showcase some other stuff there. So it'd be something that I would be up for. I would love to do it.
I would love to see a movie made about your father, and
Yeah,
all three of you brothers playing him at different ages. I think that would be something beautiful. That would just be
we got something
badass.
cooking.
Nobody can do
We
it but you
already
three,
have
man.
something cooking. I just can't say too much. You're right about that. But
Okay.
right now,
Okay. Well, hey,
yeah.
iron
Because my
sharpens iron,
dad's,
man. Great minds think the same.
hey, because my dad's story is crazy, bro. For you to be the black sheep of the family, you know, having hundreds of hours of community service, going in and out of jail, and you know, sleeping in alleys because he didn't want to be home, and then making it, going to the Olympics, and being the youngest in everything, youngest national champion at 16, youngest junior middleweight. You know what I'm saying? That's junior middleweight in boxing history. For to do what my dad did is just it's astonishing, honestly. So, um, I know a lot of people now, they would love to see that type of fighter now, like where, and I think the most equivalent one is Benavidez. Benavidez fight anybody. I mean, look at Benavidez. So my head off to Benavidez. I went out there, did the exhibition, and oh man, he embraced us. He has a lot of love and respect for my dad, and he's a throwback fighter. He's down to fight whoever. And look, he has a tough fight in front of him with Morrell. I mean, that is not no walkover. Morrell's tough, big, southpaw. But I thought Benavidez will figure him out. I think he'll take a few rounds. Maybe Morrell lands some big shots. But I feel in the later second half of the fight, I think that's where Benavidez I think he gets him out of there.
I believe so too. I think it's both fighters are going to have success in the first 6
Yeah.
rounds, but then Benavidez is just going to take over and wear them down.
He just takes that switch to another level, when when he feels that the other fighter's wearing off, like when he fought Caleb, shout out to Caleb, that's my boy. But when he fought Caleb, it was the same thing. Caleb started sharp, and then Benavidez just keeps coming. It's like that. That girlfriend
Yeah.
that don't want to leave you, like, but get off me, bro. Like, I'm already done with you. She keeps coming and coming and coming. And it's like, that's Benavidez all up in your face, throw punches and bunches. And
Yeah.
that's actually a fighter that I do look up to. I like the way Benavidez fights.
I like to see him in Bivol. I think that's a great matchup.
That'll be a great fight too. Hey, Bivol has his hands full with that rematch. Some say it could have gone either way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
So
agree with you 100%. I agree with you. But you did call that Bud Crawford fight. I remember I
I
interviewed you right
did.
before and you called it. You were on the money about that.
And you know what's crazy is my dad even said, he said, watch Bud come out to start the fight southpaw. And he did the whole fight southpaw. You look at that fight. From round one,
Yeah.
he started southpaw. And I'm sure Earl Spence had both sparring partners because he knows that Bud's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
But when Bud goes southpaw, it's usually to get you out of there. And he didn't have to throw a million punches. I mean, he knocked him down with the jab. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
placement. He's smart. I mean, I've sparred him. Crawford's no joke. I thought I was gonna like kind of manhandle him a little bit because I'm bigger than him. He like has wrestling in his background. He knows
Yeah.
that skinny guy can move
He's
you,
different,
and
bro.
he's dip, bro. Terrence is different for
Yep.
sure. I don't know if he could do his Canelo though. I'm gonna be real with you. That's a big leap. I understand skills and all that, but there's gonna be a part of the fight where if it's his retirement fight, I love Crawford. That's my boy too.
Yeah.
I got a lot of love and respect for his team. But we got a lot of love and respect for Canelo too. I just feel weight wise, you're gonna get hit. It's like Shakur if he were to fight Tank. I just feel Tank get him. Like it's just but if Terrence pulls it out and beats a Canelo, I mean he will buy he's already a pound for pound great and
Yeah.
a future Hall of Famer, but I mean, that would just stamp it. Like he would just be one of the greatest fighters of our generation. You cannot say nothing about that. I mean, what weight would they fight at?
Well, it'd have to be at 168. He'd have to move up.
He'd have to
Canelo
move
is
up.
not coming down to
He's not going to come down less
160. He's
than
not making
68.
160 anymore. He'll make 168 and that's it.
And I don't think he needs to. Look, who really wants that fight is Terrence. I don't see Canelo fighting Terrence at like a catch weight of like 65 or 66. For what?
He
It's going to
doesn't
have to
need
be.
to.
He doesn't need to. I think Terrence, if he wants that smoke, he's going to come up to 168. So it'll be interesting.
I mean, he's going to take second in everything. I mean, the whole promotion. I mean, it's going to be
Yeah.
Canelo Crawford. Canelo's coming in second. He's going to pick what he wants. He's going to want a smaller ring.
Right.
But wanted the fight, and that's just the way it goes. Right now, it's Canelo's time. And
It's Canelo's
no
time.
offense to anybody, that's just big business. I mean, he's the
That's it.
moneymaker there.
Yep, absolutely.
But I'll tell you this before I let you go, man. In a dream match, I would have loved to see your dad against Donald Curry at 154, or your dad against
Against who?
Simon Brown at 154, or your dad against Terry Norris at 154. Look
Ooh.
those guys up. Terry Norris, Simon Brown.
I know Terry Norris.
Yeah.
I don't know the other fighter.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, Donald Curry. Those are all throwback fighters.
Donald
But
Curry.
see, your dad was
Okay.
a throwback fighter, man. Your dad,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, your dad's a throwback fighter.
He.
We could
bro,
be here all day talking about your dad's pedigree, his style, or whatever, but that's just all there is
Yeah.
to it. And when he
Yeah,
took a
you know.
modernized fighter and dissected him, when he took apart Ike Corte, who had one of the
Yes.
best jabs in the
Come on.
history of boxing, took it away and made him look novice. De La Hoya struggled with Ike Corte.
Yes.
Ike Corte was no pushover at all.
No,
I
he
wish Ike
wasn't.
Corte would have fought Felix Trinidad. Honestly,
I wish it would have. That would have been a great matchup.
that would have been a good matchup too.
I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see my dad with Cotto. I would have loved to see my
Well, that'd be a good
dad.
fight.
Who else did they say at 54? Man, 54 was such a stacked division back when my dad was fighting. Though, I mean, you had everybody
Yeah.
at 54.
Yeah.
That was like the 35 now 40 division. But I think the glory days of boxing are behind us. But I feel there's certain fighters that do make you remember that, and I think Benavidez is one of them. you know, and I want my brothers to be one of them too, just giving you excitement. And nobody want to come to a boxing match and see us snooze fast. Nobody's trying to see, you know, beautiful boxing is great. I respect it, but you have to get dirty sometimes. You have to show them what you're about. So, um, you know, that would have been great. I'm gonna look up those fighters though. I'm gonna look up those fighters and we're gonna talk next time I see you.
Yeah, that's Simon Brown, Donald
Okay.
Curry, yeah, and Terry Norris. Terrible Terry
Okay.
Norris.
Text me those names. I'm gonna look
I
them up.
will. I will.
Cool.
Because your dad's style, I mean, he would have just, those would have been some wars, bro. I mean, him and
Some
Terry
wars,
Norris.
huh?
I mean, him and Simon Brown, bro, that would have been fight of the year. It
I
just, it
mean, you
would have.
know, my
And
dad and Felix
Donald
Trinidad. That was
Curry, too, man.
my
I'll
dad and
text you those names.
Felix.
Mention those names to your pops.
Yeah, no, most definitely I will. I think my dad and Felix Trinidad was probably damn near the best unification fight at 154. I don't see another fight that's better than 154. A unification, man.
It was. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that led up to that fight that a lot of people don't know. But your dad doesn't make excuses. He just shows up to fight and he deals with it.
That's it. You know what it is, Richard. You know what it is, bro.
Bro, I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that, bro. That's plain and simple, period. There's a lot of things that go
Exactly.
on behind the scenes, bro, of the sport of boxing. You got to remember, boxing is ugly, grotesque, it's dirty, it's backstabbing, it's whatever you want it, but I love it. And I'm not going to let all those
But I love it too.
ugly attributes stop me from the sport that I love, I love to cover and be
Right.
a part of. So, like your
Not
dad
correct.
had
But
to, like anybody else, I deal with it.
you know that the boxing game is like that. You know, managers trying to take everything from you. Um, Promoters trying to use you as much as you could. You know that's what it is. But you know what? I can't talk bad about it because I love the sport. It's just
Exactly,
it gives me
and so do
purpose.
I.
It gives me purpose. I love it, and you know, it's always taken care of me.
And if
See,
I
I've
didn't
always
like it
ate. I've
so
always
much, I'd
been
be out of
clothed
it,
by
not
it.
involved in it. I just deal with it. I see it coming, and I roll with the punches, so to speak.
Right. Absolutely.
Somebody told me this, Fernando, when I was talking to a fighter,
Uh-huh.
and they told me, "Well, have you ever been inside of a boxing ring? Have you ever been inside of a ring in a professional fight? Have you ever?" I go,
And
Actually, I have. I just never fought. I was ring announcing, or I was interviewing somebody. I never said I fought.
right,
But don't come here and tell me
right.
that I've never been. It's just because I never, put the gloves on doesn't mean, I'm just, chopped liver. I never said, I'm unified, but, I'm not chopped liver either.
Look, and some of the best coaches have not ever laced them up. So I think that's just a biased opinion. I think it does help to have that perspective of you being in the ring and you
Sure.
lacing them up and you know what it is to cut weight and you know what it is to having to run when you don't want that does help. But it's not to say that you don't know anything. It's you're around the boxing game just in a different aspect, but you're in it. So don't worry about that. Let the people call it. You know what it is. You know the only voice that matters. Look, it's just I appreciate you
That's
having me
right.
on here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you've always just show support. Me and my family. I know you're rocking with Marv as well. So I appreciate your time as well, bro.
Hey, man. Right back at you, bro. Well, I want to thank our guest, Fernando Vargas Jr., who's going to be headlining December 14th in Long Beach, California. He's going to make things happen, put his undefeated record on the line for you, the followers and supporters. He will entertain you. He will give you a show that you will never forget. In Marv Nation, the only nation that matters. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. It's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. As always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.